If you go to a homeowner, honestly, if you walk to me and you're like, somebody's willing to pay you this amount of money for your house, I might be like,
yeah,
all
exactly.
right, sign me up.
It doesn't always work, but it's worth a shot. The answer is always going to be no if you never ask.
Welcome back to Torch Talk, the show where we spotlight bold local leaders leading their businesses with grit and purpose. Today, we are joined by Joe Chupp, a real estate professional at RE/MAX Showcase with a deep background in construction and development and a sharp eye for investment opportunities. And plus, Joe is my brother-in-law, so this is going to be a fun conversation. So Joe is not only helping people buy and sell homes, he's also helping them build wealth. With over 25 years of hands-on industry experience, he brings practical insight to every deal, especially those looking to break into investment real estate. Welcome, Joe.
Hey, how you doing?
This is going to be a fun one.
It sure is.
Okay, so let's do a little background. Let's let everybody know who's listening kind of where you came from, what your history is, because you do have kind of a wide experience in your career. Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty evident that you found your calling now, but kind of give us some of the Joe backstory, like what are the steps from a career standpoint that brought you to where you're at now?
I think, you want me to go way back?
As far back as you want to go.
So, right out of high school, I went into the trades, plumbing, electrical work, did that kind of thing in construction. My dad's always been in construction, so I always had that comfortability with that kind of thing. And so started in plumbing and electrical work, moved on from residential, went to commercial. So at a young age, at 19, 20 years old, I was on huge commercial job sites in Cleveland, all over northeastern Ohio. Mm-hmm. So I just have a comfortability with anything, big or small, really. So, and I think that ties into what I do today. I've always had a passion for real estate, I guess if you'd call it a passion. Always been interested in the market. I bought my first house at 19, so that was actually my first investment property. It wasn't an investment back then, it was my house. So always been comfortable with the process, and I think that gives me a little bit of an edge today, I do love what I do. Been doing it since 2020.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
5 years. Yeah. Wow. In December. Is that your anniversary?
October, yeah.
Okay. We need to celebrate.
Yeah.
5 years in October. Mm-hmm. Man, that flew by.
Yeah.
So you have taken over, since becoming a realtor, you kind of hit, I don't want to say success, but you've had pretty good results from the very beginning. You've been busy. What do you, in an industry or in a role that some people really struggle with? I would say, there's not everybody who goes out and gets a realtor's license is able to see what you saw. What do you feel like made the difference with you with that?
I think it was definitely my sphere of influence, just people I know. Before real estate, I was in the real estate development space where we were clearing, so I was involved in big projects, 40, 60 acre, housing developments, Walmarts, things like that. And I think all those connections that I made through there is what kind of just opened the door right into what I'm doing now. Yeah.
That's a really good point. I hadn't thought about that. I thought you were going to be like, my tenacity. I just go after it every day.
Just my grit. No.
Yeah, your grit. You don't like that?
No, that's fine. It's all part of it.
But it's true. You had a very wide network of people across all different backgrounds. And so a lot of people just knew who you were.
Yeah. And I think it's that comfortability people had with me doing business in other areas, before that it kind of was just like a natural flow and transition into it. I often say, I wish I would have done this 20 years, prior to when I started. But honestly, I think everything you do, every step you make in the years just builds you to who you are today. So.
Absolutely. We're in those phases that we're supposed to be in for the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
I see that here. I couldn't have, I don't know that I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Any young person, I should not have started a marketing agency when I was 22.
Exactly.
I needed to experience all of the different stepping points of my career to have the experience I have now. So that's 100% true. And I guess advice we'd give to somebody else early on in their career is just, you know, you might not be in something that you totally love right now, but everything can be a stepping. And sometimes I think God puts you in those places on purpose to
Oh, I agree.
build character, or we don't always know what's the purpose of this, but there's a purpose later.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love driving around with you and looking at projects all over Cleveland, and you're like, we did this and we did that, and still things that were 30 years old now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, you're so right. It takes you back. Like, I can walk into a house now, you know, and look at some plumbing in the basement and see that that's a little crooked, and they're like, why is that crooked? And I'm like, well, I once was like 19 with a shovel digging that ditch, and I know why that is like that. You know what I mean? So it all comes full circle.
it gives you a level of experience that lets you speak to the truth of what's happening, and that probably makes your clients more comfortable with you.
I think it does.
You have
It
a
really,
place of authority than somebody who just doesn't know and has to pull in somebody. And,
Yeah. Now, as I start a team, I'm starting to form the Chupp group, and, you know, bringing younger agents on, I can see where they're at, you know, and I think back and they're like, well, what do I do? And I don't want to do the wrong thing. And I'm just like, any forward movement is what you need to do. It'll all fall into place if this is where you're supposed to be.
Progress is progress. One step at a time.
Yep.
One foot in front of the other. Okay, so you kind of handle the things that you focus on a little bit differently. So what do you specialize in? Like, what are the real estate projects that you really love to do?
I really love to do, I mean, that's a broad answer. I mean, I love helping the first-time home buyer, you know, navigate through that, be like the calm in the storm and help them figure that out. But I also love the high-pressure, high-dollar commercial deal, too. You know, where...
I don't know if I've ever met anybody who's willing to fight as much as you. You like that?
I do.
I mean, but you do. Like, you're not scared. You almost get excited for, like, a really hard situation.
Yeah, I do.
That would be hard to work out. That might scare a lot of people away because they'd be so anxious about it. And you're like, saddle up. Let's do this.
Yeah, I enjoy that. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that like? So that would be on the commercial side, but I've also seen that displayed on the residential side. Like, sometimes there's just hard negotiations that happen. And do you think that most realtors are answering the phone at 10:30 at night and writing contracts at that time? Is that what a successful realtor looks like? Because that's definitely what you're doing.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what everybody else is doing. I try to just run my race. You know, I don't worry myself with, you know, if that's right, the quote unquote thing to do. I don't know. I just feel like, you know, and I don't always do that, but certain situations warrant, you know, I see the finish line and I know that, you know, if I don't answer the phone right now and handle this, it's probably going to fall apart. So I just do what I feel is right, you know.
Something else that I feel like I've seen that you do differently is, in addition to going out and fighting for your clients, you like to find things. So maybe it's not listed yet.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I do like
I
that
know
too.
I drove past a property once and I was like, I really love this house. And you're like, tell me, give me the green light and I'll go find them and I'll talk to them right now. So how successful are you when you're in those situations?
I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean, I've had some decent success. You want me to put a percentage on it? I don't know. Probably 85-90% of the time.
What?
Yeah, because
if you go to a homeowner, honestly, if you walk to me and you're like, somebody's willing to pay you this amount of money for your house, I might be like,
yeah,
all
exactly.
right, sign me up.
It doesn't always work, but it's worth a shot. The answer is always going to be no if you never ask. And so I enjoy that. I kind of enjoy awkward situations sometimes. Really, I mean, you know, so I'll knock on somebody's door or
That
write them a letter.
explains, that explains so much about Joe Chupp. I enjoy awkward situations.
Or I'm able to, I mean,
navigate them well.
So.
Well, and I think about that when I'm talking about you all the time. I work with a team of young people or anybody I know, like when I'm referring you or talking about you in a group, I'm like, if you don't know, like our market is so tough to navigate now. And if you don't have a realtor that can do that for you or that knows when things are coming for sale before they hit the market, it's going to be really hard to win. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like that's changing at all? Like as far as inventory, market percentage, like what is out there? Has that, I know there's been a lot of things in your 5 years, you've experienced a lot of crazy things. Mm-hmm. You had COVID, then you had the rates go up in the last couple of years. And so that's changed the market some. What do you see happening right now with inventory and...
Inventory is up, but not necessarily in the most desirable areas, in my opinion.
So you're seeing more like rentals
Well,
come
not
back?
necessarily rentals, but maybe just in parts of town that wouldn't necessarily be the first choice, if that makes sense. Yeah, the market, like I'm feeling things on a 2 or 3 week. Things can change in like a 2 or 3 week time period anymore. It's just you really got to be watching what's going on. And like when COVID was around, it was like nationwide everything was crazy. Now I feel like it's dialed down into more of a macro where this situation could still be like COVID times, but over here is like 2008 or 2009. So that's what you're seeing.
I mean, that makes sense, which Holmes County itself has always been in a little bit of a real estate bubble. So it's always been parts of Wayne County are like that, but not all of Wayne County is like that. So the area that you're working in, that definitely makes sense that that's what you're seing. It's confusing.
It is. It's very confusing to certain buyers because you're talking to them and maybe what they're looking for is really tough. But yeah, you just really, I think the biggest thing is you need to get in, just absorb the knowledge, not knowledge, but information, just be on the MLS looking, scrolling Zillow, whatever it is, just know what's going on in other places.
So Blaze and Torch Talk is a resource for business owners. So we want to put all the things out there. What is something that you think most business owners should know about real estate investing? Like, we all have a space. Are we renting, buying? Not necessarily, like, I'm not talking about like just personal investing, but what do you think every business owner should know?
I think when it comes to like just a specific business owner, like where is your focus at right now? Are you building? Are you growing? What stage is your business in? I think that's a really big question to ask yourself when you want to know, do I want to own this? Because leasing is a write-off. There's a lot of tax advantages to that for a business owner, but there's also tax advantages to own too. So it's just like, where are you at in your process and what is your tolerance level or your bandwidth for you want to deal with things outside of your business? I think
what does that mean? Give me examples.
Well, with maintenance problems, do you have a space that has other tenants in it? Is it like a multi-unit space, flex space where, you're operating your business and then you have other tenants to worry about? So, with tenants come
headaches.
I don't want to say headaches, but they can.
FYI, I'm Joe's tenant. So,
right. So, it can be some headaches. You've seen me in situations with my properties, like everything happens at once. That holds true a lot. So, so yeah.
So do you help talk people through those? So like if I was a business owner and I'm coming to you and I'm like, hey, I need a space. I'm not sure if I want to buy. Do I want to build? Do I want to rent? Are you helping talk them through that? Or do you have resources you're pointing them to if they don't know those answers? Like what does that look like when they're working with you?
So different people are different. Like some people want to come and they want to talk it out. They want to have the conversation. They want me to ask them questions and really get into what they're trying to do. And those are honestly the best ones. I think when I can talk to you candidly and really know your situation, I can be the best asset to you. Where some people are very private and guarded, and they don't want to let you in on their stuff. I'm like that. Yeah, that is me.
Thank you for admitting it.
That is me. So, yeah, some people don't want to talk about it. They know what they want and they just go with it. So, and that's fine too. I can adapt to either one.
You'll meet them where they're at.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you have to do. Yeah.
Yeah. What advice do you have I know that you get asked this all the time and we actually run your social, but like if you have somebody listening, is there any advice you're giving to the first time home buyer? Like what's in the market where you're at right now? What's the thing? I know personally we have a team of younger people who are still living at home because of everything is so expensive. It's actually expensive to rent. And so they're graduating from college and it's just nearly impossible for people to move out on their own. So somebody who's thinking about buying a house, they're young, they're in their early 20s, early 30s. What does that look like? What's your advice to that person?
those people, I'm saying, know your budget, know your expenses, know what you can afford monthly comfortably, and save money. I mean, lenders nowadays, I mean, you don't have to have a real high credit score to qualify for a house, and there's a ton of programs out there for first-time home buyers that you can, take advantage of. But just know your expenses, and the bank doesn't ever like to, bet on you if you don't have a little bit of money put back. You don't have to, there's a lot of like down payment assistance programs and low down payments. So it's not necessarily that, but they like to see you have, 6 months emergency fund saved up. It just makes you more.
Even if you're not doing a down payment, just so that they know you have money saved.
They know you have money and you're
responsible enough to save up and plan and prepare.
Yeah. That you can come to the table with some closing costs and just that you have some money in the bank to, because there's always going to be issues everything you do.
Mm-hmm. So hot take, what's it like to have Fierce Creative Solutions as a tenant?
It is amazing.
That is not what I thought you were going to say.
No, it's fun. I enjoy it. You guys are great.
Do you feel like you're part of the Fierce fam?
I mean, like a second cousin type thing.
Second. How often are you like, what are they doing and what is happening? This does not make sense.
I mean, I think I'm over that stage by now.
You've been through it.
Yeah, I used to think, what is going on? But no, I'm pretty used to it.
Are you never like inside just a little bit jealous? Like, oh, they just look like they're having so much fun right now.
No, because I know I can join in on the fun if I wanted to. I'm pretty serious during the workday.
Oh, I know. He's not on the weekends, everybody, just so you guys know. Not serious on the weekends.
Right.
You have fun Uncle Joe, and then you have work Joe, and those are two different things.
Yeah.
What's next for you? Like, what do you see coming down, like, over the next couple of years? What do you focus? You said you're building out the Chupp group. What does that look like?
So, I am building a group right now. Right now, I have an auctioneer, Junior Mast. He's a realtor and auctioneer. He's on. I think that's going to be big. There's not a lot of competition in this area, kind of Wayne County. I mean, there is in Holmes County, but, want to get into that space. I want to be available for auctions and just get some people around. I have a younger guy too, Ian, that works with me. And so I want to have this space that any generation can come and get help. Do you want to auction your farm? Come on in. We got a guy that does that. Are you a Gen Z or Gen? You know what I mean?
You gotta be careful saying Gen.
Oh, sorry.
Just kidding.
Discriminating, but anyways, if you're a younger person that wants to come in for a first time house, we want, and you want to be fit with that younger person, we want to have it for you.
Somebody who's more relatable.
Yeah.
Like Ian is younger, so he might fit with a different demographic
Exactly.
than you,
Yeah.
where older business owner might not be as comfortable working with Ian, but they'd be super comfortable with you.
So you want to come in and sell your multi-million-dollar building, then I'm your guy, So we just want something for everybody. And in our process, great process, by the way, with Fierce Creative Solutions, a little plug there for logo designing. Mm-hmm. So I'm going through that right now. And Nico's been fantastic with just thinking outside the box, I think, is a good way to put it. And so when we're designing our logo, I wanted the house, but yet the skyscraper, but then also land, too, because we do a lot of vacant land, too. So... yeah, and I think, and we're in the final stages right now, so I think...
Do you remember, because it hasn't been that long, but I remember talking to you about the logo beforehand and explaining the process and showing you, but I don't know if there's anything quite like getting your own drawings, and I remember you saying, like, I can't, Nico draws this by hand.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
Isn't that wild?
It blows my mind.
He's an artist. He's really great.
Else, yeah.
It's always fun to see the brands come to life, though. So what does it look like from your concept, and then how does he interpret that into a logo and a brand? What does it look like? And now I just drove past one of your billboards, and those need updated when we...
I know. I saw that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was really like thinking, what is this new branding going to look like on the updated billboard?
Yeah. So I'm excited to do that. But no, it was a great process. And I was actually dreading it going into it, because I'm like, because I wanted it just to be top notch, and we went through it, and I like it a lot. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Did you see our updated billboard? Our updated billboard outside of town?
I don't think. Oh, is it all pink?
It's pink and white.
Yeah.
You can see it from far away.
Yeah, you can.
Clearly not enough for you to read it and pay attention to it, but okay.
I think I've
Just
been
curious.
on the phone or something.
Okay, Joe. Okay, so we are building out the Chupp Group. Anything else on your horizon over the next couple of years? I know we always joke about planning and goals because I'm a little bit more specific than you. Like you're very goal oriented, but we do it a little differently.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mine works for me.
Yeah.
We can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But tell us what else is.
Yeah, so I want to just continue with this. I want to build out a team. I myself want to focus a little, or I'm going to try to anyways. I want to focus on development, residential development, getting into that, partnering with different people, and also commercial investing. I want to, that's where I'm headed. I want to be able to make sure that I have a team underneath me for support. I'm one of those guys that I don't think I'm ever going to retire. I'm just going to have a team around me, and that's what I want to do. So
I can see that. Definitely 75-year-old Joe just on the phone.
I want to have fun.
Are you always going to be tech savvy even when you're older? Are you going to be
I don't know. I think I'm losing some of my tech savvy the older I get.
You actually didn't have that much.
Well,
let's look at your typing skills.
Yeah, I'm a chicken pecker, but no, as new things come along, I'm probably going to have to take a little night school on some certain things.
No, that's what we have the young team here for, to keep us schooled on what is up and coming. Plus we like Apple, and they're not making that big of drastic changes. No. You switching to the iPhone 17 when it comes? I
need a new phone. I do. Mine is my battery. I'm plugged in twice a day.
What would have to happen to make you go away from Apple?
I don't know that anything could. I don't.
Oh,
I say that candidly.
You had your Surface era. You did.
What's that?
You had your Surface era.
Yeah, but to me, I think some people disagree with this, but for people like me, older people, it just works, and it works well. That's what makes me stay.
I just enjoy that you called yourself an older person.
I am. I'm embracing it.
Wow. Nothing to make Joe be honest like being on a podcast.
I hear you.
And witnesses.
And when I was recently redid my driver's license, I listed gray as my hair color. And the little lady working back there, she's like, "You've embraced that." I'm like,
"That's great. It has taken years." Yeah. Wow. Now we need to get Jay going right behind you.
He's not far behind me.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so Joe, thanks for joining us today. Tell everybody where they can find you if they're ready to invest in real estate or purchase a house, sell a house, whatever it is.
I think the easiest way is probably my website. It's joe@joechupp.com.
Well, that's your email.
But
yes, your website.
No, that's my website too.
Your website is joechupp.com. Yeah.
Yeah, joechupp.com. Yeah. See, I'm old. But anyways, no, I think that's the best place. I'm starting to build that out with Fierce too, and we're starting to feature properties on there and all kinds of fun stuff coming.
We can also find you on Facebook, Instagram,
Facebook,
LinkedIn,
Instagram,
all of the
LinkedIn,
things. Okay.
TikTok. I know Paige is working on that right now. So
you're so hip with the TikTok. Okay, so thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate the candid conversation. I know real estate is a very confusing thing, and I appreciate the way that you manage it with your clients. It's actually, and we'll have a serious moment, it's actually I really enjoy watching you do what you do really well, and you really have found your calling and passion for that, and that's that's what Blaze is all about, but that's what, I don't know, when you work with a business owner who is doing what they're meant to do and they don't hate it, it's just exciting. Yeah. So you get excited about what you're doing, and that makes it fun to watch you, even if it's really annoying for me personally on a social level on the weekends sometimes. But thank you for joining us on Blaze. Everybody check out Joe if they would like to know more about real estate, and we'll see you next time.